Hi and welcome to CodeJedi, and in this video we'll be doing a small experiment for a two-factor authentication, and we'll be using a package called Speakeasy. So Speakeasy is a one-time password generator ideal for use in two-factor authentications, and the specific thing which we'll be testing today is time-based one-time password, which is also called TOTP. In this experiment, what we will be doing is majorly we will be only concentrating on a backend application, and we'll not have any front end for now. Also, we'll skip the username and password validation as well in this experiment. So yeah, let's get started. So I already created a folder called testing 2FA, and now we need to install a couple of packages in it. So let's do first do npm init, and we got the package.json. So as of now there is nothing here. So let's install a couple of packages. So the first package will be uh, Express, basically, yeah, because we are having this backend application. We'll also use a package called UUID to generate unique ID for the user. We'll also have this package Speakeasy for our two-factor authentication. And for DB, I'll be using Node.js DB. Of course, you can use any DB for as you like, but I'll be using Node.js DB for this experiment. So yeah, let's install them. Yeah, so we see all our packages are installed. Also, I'll be installing Node.js as a dev dependency so that I don't have to keep restarting my application whenever I make a change. Cool. Now let's make changes in our script. So we'll be just making Node.js index because our main file will be index. Now let's create the index.js file. Now let's create a small Express server. So for that we need to import or require Express. And then we need to assign the Express to the app. And then we can do app.listen. Okay, so we need to have a port number. So what we can do is we can create a constant port equal to process.env.port. If this is not defined, we'll use 5000. And then app.listen, we listen to the port, and it gives a callback function. We'll just console log on it. So now let's create an API to check if our application is up or not. So we will just respond response.json, and we'll have msg up. Cool. So now let's start our server. So npm start. So yeah, server is started. Now let's try to open Postman and check our API. So let's click on send, and yes, we got this message up. So yeah, our service is up and running. Now we need to do a couple of stuffs. So first thing is we need to initialize our Node.db which you're using. So let's bring in that package. So what we have to do is const and we will get JSON-db as well as config. And after our app express initialization, we can do something like const db equals to JSON-db, and it should be a new object, and it will take a new instance of config, and in config we need to pass the file name, basically the database file name in which it has to be saved. So let's do mydb, and next is save on push. So basically whenever you're pushing a data, whether that db should be saved or not. So we'll make it true for our experiment, and then whether it should be in a human readable form, let's make it as well true, and separator let's use backslash, which is by default. Yeah, db is also set up now. So now let's create an API to register an user. So app.post. So let's assume we'll get email ID and the name in the request.body. And now we need to generate the UEID. So let's import UID. Okay, and so we'll have const ID equal to UUID, and we'll be using v4 version. So now we have to try to insert this in our DB. So to do that, first let's create try catch, and we need to create a path for this. So const path equal to, and path will be nothing but user slash the email ID. So we'll identify each user by their email ID, and so we are creating a path for that. Now what we need to do is let's put another try catch. So this is in this try catch, what we will do is we'll check if the user exists. And we need to pass the path here. So if user exists, we'll just console log for now. And we'll just even return the user for now. And if user doesn't exist, basically this get data will throw an error. So we need to capture it here and create a new user. So what we can do is, yeah, here also we need to put await, as this is a DB operation. Now we need to insert it. Await DB dot push. Let's pass the path, and then we'll pass ID, comma, we'll just return the ID, the email, and the name. And here, yeah, if there is an error or something caused, let's console the error. And also let's res dot, let's keep the status code as 500, and then let's send a JSON. Okay, so let's open Postman. Let's just duplicate this tab and post, and this is register. Let's go to body, raw. So we need name, and then let's take the name as test1, and we need email, which can be test.1@gmail.com. and just try sending this. If there is something wrong, request.body as it is undefined. So property email of request.body as this is undefined. So to tackle this, we need to do one more thing here. So we need to do app.use, and there we need to go give express.json. That's all. So this should fix the error. Yep. So now we see we are getting that data here, and if we are hitting it again, the data is in a different format because it is fetching it from the DB. So let's check our DB as well. So here we have this my JSON DB, and if you see, it is generated. So let's try to create another user here. If I send that, I'm getting the response here. And if I go, we see that test2 is also created. Okay, so now this is done with the user creation part. So now we need to create the secrets for this. So let's import the Speakeasy package. And now whenever we are creating a new user, what we need to do is we need to create a secret also. So let's create a secret, speakeasy dot generate secret. So this will basically create secret for us. And now what we need to do is we need to pass the secret along with our database in our database. So now, yes, we did this. So now secret will be generated here. And what we need to do is for this two-factor authentication, we'll need the secret. So let's try to send that secret as response. Also, if user is already created, we also again we need to here get the secret. So we can send user dot secret. So let's clear the database. So clear the data and create for test1 user. Okay, so here we see there are a couple of secrets which are coming. Ask key hex base32 output URL. So this output URL is nothing but this can be used for generating a QR code. For our use case, we'll be needing this base 32. So let's just send only the base 32 here. Okay, and also here also the same thing. So the user is already there. Basically, it should send me my base 32 secret. Okay, yeah. And if I create a new user, it should send me a different base 32. Cool. So now my database looks something like this with a secret as well inside it. Now we need to create an API so that we can go ahead and validate the token. Now to do that, we need basically an API. So app.post again, yes, and API slash validate, and then we can do request comma response, and this will be again async. Okay, and we'll our input from the post body will be token and email. Okay, now let's try catch. Error we can copy here from here and just paste it and say error validating. Now let's create a path. Path will be $user/$email. Okay, and now let's try to get the user. Const user equals to db.get data path. So if we get from this path, of course we'll be like we can continue, or else it will throw an error and we'll get the error as error validating. Okay, now we need the base 32 from this secret. So what we can do is we can get secret equal to user.secret, but we need only the base 32 in this one. So base 32, and we can like rename it to secret. Okay, now we need to validate the secret and the token. So let's create a constant called validated, and we'll use Speakeasy's inbuilt function called TOTP, which will have another method called verify, and which will take an object as a parameter, and it will have, we'll get the secret. Basically we'll pass the base 32 secret which we are sending, and it will take encoding, which is in our case base 32 because we are sending the base 32 encoding, and then the token which we will be getting from the input, and also we'll have something called window, which is basically the time window, which is defaulted to 1. Okay, so now this validated will be true if the token and the secrets are validated, or else it will be false. So we can return okay. So yep, this is a validated. Now let's do one thing. Let's go to user1. So we already have a secret for it. So what we can do is we can even duplicate this and validate. Go to body, email is there. So we need to get the token. So what we can do is we can go and install this authenticator extension in Chrome, and go ahead and create a new one, enter manually and enter the secret. So this is for test1, and then okay. So just copy this is our token, and then paste it and then send it. So we got error validating. So let's see why we got this error validating. So cannot destructure property base 32 of user.secret as it is undefined. So I think I missed a slash here, maybe because of that. Again getting the same thing. Okay, let's try to figure out what is the error here. User.secret. Let's console log the user here. Okay, got it. It should be await. That's all. Validated false because of course our token got expired. So let's copy it again. Yep, so it is validated true now. If you want to try for user 2, we can even do that. So what was the token for user 2? This was a secret. So we can go ahead and check in our validator, create a new one. So test 2. So it is validated, but if I go ahead and add from test 1, it will be coming as invalidated. Yeah, so that's all for this experiment. Hope it was helpful. The code for this experiment will be there in the GitHub. I'll be uploading it there, and the link will be shared in the description. And do comment if you have any doubts, and I'll get back to you on that. And yeah, like this video and subscribe to stay updated on any new videos which I'll be posting. Thank you.